All right, man. Twitter Talk After Hours. You know what it is. So we're going to check in with Yo EQ TV, where Joe Buttons is speaking on why Lil Wayne should never mention Kendrick Lamar. So we're going to get into that. We'll be back. You already know what it is. Twitter Talk After Hours. All right, man. So let's get to it.
Would definitely merit more of a response than some people's desire to see Kendrick Lamar diss Joey Badass, which I don't think anyone is really asking for, other than really resentful Drake stans. Because while Joey Badass is obviously very talented, he doesn't deserve that response yet.
Anyway, listen, Wayne, stop. That's what.
Damn, excuse me. Yeah, I want to speak on what Yo EQ just said. Yeah, nobody really wants to see Kendrick versus Joey. No. And then I'm be honest with y'all, and I know this is gonna sound crazy, but to me it would feel like Kendrick is punching down at this point in his career. I'm not one of the people that would say I believe Kendrick Lamar is too big to respond to Joey, but I don't know. It's kind of like, excuse me. It's kind of like Jay-Z responding to what's his name, to your boy Jomo. I can't remember that dude's name right now, even though his name is common. But it's kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, it just doesn't warrant a response. So let's keep it going.
I got, please. I say that with all the respect that you could possibly.
Response yet.
Anyway, listen, Wayne, stop. That's what I got, please. I say that with all the respect that you could possibly have for who he is and who he's been and what he's meant for us. And
Lil Wayne is a legend. I do feel like a lot of the substance abuse obviously did have a major effect on him. Let's not act like the dude wasn't talking about sipping lean and doing all sorts of crazy shit in his music back in the day. But that lifestyle is just too hard to keep up with. And even more.
That's a fact. And I'm going to let him finish. That's a fact. That lifestyle, you can't keep up with that lifestyle. Listen, man, I have someone that's really close to me who is on drugs. And you can see the deterioration happening. You look at Lil Wayne, you see it in him right there. I think a lot of us give him a pass because he's Lil Wayne, but he's not mentally and physically fit to battle Kendrick, in my opinion. It's just not going to work for him. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it going.
More difficult as you get older.
The people that he's raised out there, the classics he's given us, like Wayne is Wayne. I just hate
a lot of clones out there too.
I just say go get with some good producers, man. Stop naming these shits Carters.
too.
I feel like Lil Wayne just wants to reignite that energy that he had when he was dropping those classic Carter projects. Obviously, that series of projects definitely has a very special place in a lot of rap fans' hearts. But at the end of the day, all the guy's doing is just watering that legacy. If he's just continuing to throw that Carter label around. But to play devil's advocate, on the other hand, like I've always said, who are we to dictate how an artist creates?
I mean, we are the consumers. We are the fans. We have to either accept it or not accept it. We don't have to dictate, but we can accept and will not accept certain things. I think at this point, I don't think he should retire the Carter name. No, that's synonymous to him. I think that he made one bad Carter album. Now, do I think Lil Wayne should retire? Yes. I think Lil Wayne should retire. I don't think Lil Wayne should rap anymore or maybe just do features. But for the most part, I think he should retire because he hasn't grown as an artist. In my opinion, he hasn't grown. You know what I'm saying? He's still doing music, but it's basically generic stuff that he's been doing, and it sounds similar to what he's been doing. You know what I mean? For the last 10 years. So I don't think that he actually at the point where he's in a creative space where he's gonna do something. And now it just seems like he's just throwing whatever at the wall to see what sticks. You know what I'm saying?
You're pulling from equity of classics, and a lot of people do
Those
that.
are well-loved projects.
I think Wayne thinks he could just soar off of his name and it being a Carter that people are just gonna run and accept it. But
and don't say nothing that rhymes with Kendrick either.
Not if you want.
I feel like Lil Wayne is the type to probably have recorded something right after, maybe in frustration. But if it wasn't on this project, who knows if we ever do see it. But very smart move to not put that type of energy out. Because while I do love Lil Wayne, man, it's going to be a very, very rough time if he has to battle against Kendrick Lamar. Lil Wayne obviously already had his beef with Pusha T, and we all definitely saw how that Pusha T and Drake beef played out. And given what we've seen from Kendrick Lamar, I definitely don't think that Lil Wayne would want that matchup, or honestly is favored in that matchup.
Have that phone call.
Don't.
Yeah. You don't want to do that. Nah, I said this like 2-3 months ago. I said this, and I told y'all, Lil Wayne don't want to smoke with Kendrick. No. No, absolutely not. I think that the only thing he can say is basically, I helped you, not help, but I inspired you. That's it. But he already debunked that by saying what he said in Whacked Out Murals. You know what I'm saying? He already said that. But I think at this point, there is no way Lil Wayne can keep up with Kendrick right now. No way. So I agree when Joe's saying, don't say Kendrick's name, because it'll be a cleaning. When I tell you, we talking about worse than Drake. He will get washed. And it would be so sad because Lil Wayne is a legend. And he'll get washed. He'll get washed. Now, he did take some shots at Kendrick on his album at the end of that last song. And I hope y'all paying attention. He did. But don't do it, Wayne. Don't do it.
Say nothing that could even be mistaken for that. I seen that little act stream when he was like, oh, buddy. But I think that was off the fake track.
More misinformation from academics himself.
You did the right thing.
He was so confident.
That'd have been a shish kebab. Y'all
Would
get
have lit
quiet.
him up. The thing is, it's not just about rapping, because if that were truly the case, then the dynamics of what a beef is would definitely be very different. But so many more things come into play. The way you arrange your production, the production itself is very, very important when it comes to winning a beef. And with this last record that Lil Wayne dropped, the production part was the part that was severely lacking. And like I said in the intro, it's probably due to the fact that Wayne doesn't have the same team anymore. It was very shocking for a lot of people to see that he didn't have the features that they probably would have expected him to have. Obviously, he didn't have a Nicki verse. He didn't have a Drake verse. A lot of people, including me, are just going to connect it to the fact that more than likely Drake and Wayne don't have a good relationship at all. At the end of the day, the dude feels slighted for what Drake did to him. And Drake getting Lil Wayne's face tattooed on him was obviously not something that was going to be enough for them to get past that.
That's very well said. Very well said. I agree. I think that him not having people like Young Money or whoever on this album really hurt this album. But to me, the album just wasn't good. I tried to listen to it. I listened to it about 4 times. It's just not a good project. And it's not that he don't got some bars in it. Like, I think that we have reached a point in hip hop that we want more than just raps. We want creativity. I think we are now in the creative era, the creative space, even though hip hop has always been creative, but I think it was never at the forefront. Now it's at the forefront. We need creativity at the forefront is right now. And again, this is why I keep talking about the Iceman album. If Drake doesn't do something that's out the box or creative, Drake has a chance right now to create a classic. He has a chance. He could literally not do nothing. Because and I'll be honest with y'all, all Drake has to do is just create something totally different from his music that he usually does. He don't have to be no political shit. He ain't got to do none of that. He just got to create something different. You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, it probably would be either a dud or a classic, one or the other. But if he's trying something different, most likely it's probably going to be that. It's going to be a classic. But I can tell you right now, Wayne didn't try nothing. I kind of feel like Wayne kind of like went, he digressed like downward. He didn't go upward. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
I was trying to see where you're going with it.
That would have been an absolute shish kebab.
Oh, absolutely.
That nigga would have been just collecting Young Money stones out here. That would have been real bad. Y'all tried to soup that up before. Y'all tried. Y'all fans out of y'all ain't shit. Y'all tried it. Anyway, shout out to Wayne.
Shout out to him.
If I was Kendrick, I'd have went and had a drink after that album dropped. Like, I don't even know if Kendrick drank. Then went to the local pub.
I'm not gonna lie, that is pretty funny. But if Kendrick Lamar were to drink, I could definitely see him with like a whiskey on the rocks while sitting next to his fireplace, just plotting on his next move.
I'd have had to give me a little lemon drop. Hey,
I can't see Kendrick drinking a lemon drop though.
Let's really get loose.
Yeah, man. Obviously, I can't see Kendrick.
Yeah, I think that's funny. That's funny that he said that Kendrick, because Kendrick, he said that in one of the songs, he put the cup down, like, you know what I'm saying? He's been saying this since Control. He said that he ain't doing no more designer shit. He said no juice inside of my cup. That was another shot at Wayne, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I guess, or Drake. It could have took either way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, he was going off and whacked out murals. Like, he really was. He really was. But it definitely would have been a shish kebab. He would have got demolished. He would have got demolished. And I just think that I think that Kendrick don't want to do that to Wayne. I don't think Kendrick would do that to Wayne. But yeah, he would have got demolished.
Lamar drinking a lemon drop. I mean, who knows? That tickles his fancy. But I totally agree with Joe. The last thing that Wayne wants to do right now is to go toe-to-toe with somebody like Kendrick Lamar, who's probably as hot as anyone has ever been. And that's saying a lot given that we are talking about Wayne, who has obviously had a very major impact of his own. But if we're talking about present day, yeah, man, this is a matchup that's not going to favor a Lil Wayne. The guy can still rap. Like I said in the intro, there's been plenty of features that we've heard over the last few years that have really cemented, okay, he's still got it. But can he be able to do that back to back? I don't know. Obviously, that album really didn't make too many people happy. I feel like he is kind of watering down the Carter series name, and I get why he's doing it. He wants to reignite that same energy he had when he was dropping those classic albums all those years ago. But for him to really, truly make the best music he possibly can, he's going to have to link up with somebody that can really executive produce the project. And if he's able and when he's able to do that, I feel like we're going to get a totally different sounding album. This new album sounds...
I mean, but you got to look at it from this point of view. Wayne is old. A lot of these rappers are old. And say they like, I mean, because Nas is old too, but Nas is still making bangers, and I can agree with that. But he doesn't have, he's not in a creative space, in my opinion. Like, he's still doing the same metaphors, similes, flipping words. He ain't doing nothing that is, to me, that's pushing to a different level of his artistic expression. He's just not. He's just doing the same thing that he usually does, in my opinion. This is the reason why he's where he's at. Now, that made him a legend, but also, you got all the way to this point, and your legacy is being questioned now because people are trying to actually going back and saying, well, if you rapping like you rapped 10 years ago, was you really that hot? And that's the thing about hip hop, I will admit. We do turn on people very fast. Because just a year ago, we was all praising how Lil Wayne was killing all these features. And now we out here saying like he's one of the worst rappers of all time now. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man.
Like a bunch of records that have been left on the cutting room floor over the past decade. And if you were to try to mention Kendrick Lamar's name, at least in a manner where it feels disrespectful, he's going to have a very rough time. And probably why we'll never get to see this matchup actually happen. I don't think anyone truly wants to see it. But pride and ego is obviously really, really big factors in all this. Because I would not be surprised if Lil Wayne did record something right after out of frustration that obviously never saw light of day. If something like that ever did come out, yeah, man. Gonna be a rough night for Lil Wayne. At the end of the day, a lot of people love Lil Wayne, but entertainment, rap is definitely what have you done for me lately. Kendrick Lamar has done plenty lately. Competition has always been one of the pillars of hip hop. I've said that for a very long time. So I would definitely understand if Lil Wayne felt a certain way, wanted to address it on wax. But yeah, man, right now is definitely not the time. But I truly don't think Kendrick Lamar did anything that should make Lil Wayne want to diss him.
That's true. That's true. All right, man. If y'all want to see the rest, go to Okie EQ TV. His link will be in the description. You're in there. He's a good brother over there. He actually was one of the first people to ever donate to my channel. and I always shout him out, man, because he's a really good dude. Yeah, and make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel. All right, man. Torture Talk After Hours. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace. Bye.